In 2024, Uzbekistan's ecological sector witnessed significant advancements guided by the national priorities to combat environmental degradation and climate change. Key efforts included legislative reforms, large-scale reforestation projects, and international partnerships. These measures aim to restore ecosystems, promote renewable energy, and improve public awareness of environmental protection. My colleague Asadbek Juraev has analyzed the affairs and will provide an overview of what ecological sector presented in 2024.
Green transition, sustainable development, environmental protection. These terms were in the spotlight of all discussions, events, initiatives and development plans in 2024. By this we can see how much attention is drawn to the ecological sector in Uzbekistan. In this report, we will analyze the highlights and outcomes of this year and significant milestones that happened in this sector throughout this year.
This year, Uzbekistan took crucial steps to enhance its ecological framework. The country continued the reforms in water resources conservation and environmental protection as part of the Uzbekistan 2030 strategy, adopted by the decree of the President Shavkat Mirziyoyev on September 11, 2023. A number of measures were taken within the framework of the strategy, and they are being effectively implemented. In recent years, Uzbekistan has undertaken measures to address global challenges associated with climate change and environmental protection. 3 years ago, under the presidential initiative, the nationwide Yashil Makon project was launched. In this regard, the decree of the Cabinet of Ministers on March 7, 2024 was also adopted in order to implement the activities of the nationwide project Yashil Makon in 2024. This project included a number of important initiatives aimed at improving the environmental situation in Uzbekistan and expanding green areas. To date, 646 million trees and shrubs have been planted across the country. 138.1 million tree saplings were planted in the single spring season of 2024 within this national project. This indicator made 110.5% compared to the planned one. The Yashil Makon project also aims to increase the greenery in cities to 30%, including the creation of green belts around urban areas. Ministries and agencies are also contributing to the tree planting initiatives. In particular, the Ministry of Defense created a park of 100 hectares, the Ministry of Digital Technologies and the Ministry of Mining and Geology 65 hectares. This project is also extending to the mountainous regions of the country. For example, recently nearly 1,000 trees were planted in the Bostonlik district of Tashkent region at Green Hills Resort Complex. The plans are also in place to plant an additional 30,000 tree saplings. President Shavkat Mirziyoyev personally engaged in the implementation of the nationwide project. He reviewed the projects and participated in the tree planting campaigns. On average, 6.8 million tons of household waste is being produced in Uzbekistan per year. In recent years, the number of neighborhoods covered by sanitation services has increased by more than 90%. The level of waste processing was 38.1% as of July 1, 2024, and the number of such enterprises was 313 as of February. A new system for the regulation of landfills and waste processing is also being launched. In each region, 3-4 landfills with a convenient location are being turned into special eco-industrial zones, and recycling projects are being implemented. In the remaining landfills, a new practice is being used to start temporary waste collection and reloading stations. In addition, at the initiative of the head of state, a system for handling household waste, processing it into electricity, and other useful products are being created. Investment projects are also being implemented in the field of recycling waste generated from the population. Investment projects have been signed with the United Arab Emirates, South Korea, and the People's Republic of China to generate electricity from household waste. By 2027, it is planned to build plants in 11 regions of the country, designed to generate electricity by burning solid household waste. As a result, burning more than 4.7 million tons of waste per year will generate 2.1 billion kilowatt-hours of electricity, and the number of landfills will be reduced by 5 times.
Uzbekistan was also active during 2024 in addressing the ecological crisis of the Aral Sea and its far-reaching consequences. As of the statistics, since 1960, the Aral Sea has suffered a dramatic decline in water volume, from over 1,000 cubic kilometers to just 69 cubic kilometers. This has triggered widespread environmental and societal impacts, including pollution, biodiversity loss, and food insecurity. Despite significant challenges, progress is being made, such as the expansion of drinking water supply networks to deal with the sanitation and water access issues and tree planting activities. Let's explore this topic in more depth.
Because of the RLC tragedy, more than 50 species of wild animals and plants such as the Turanian tiger, Asian cheetah and striped hyena have disappeared. Additionally, the number of endangered species continues to rise, with 12 mammals, 26 birds and 11 plants now at risk. Around 60% of households face food shortages. Many rely on personal garden plots for vegetables and fruits, as well as cattle for sustenance. The local population endures high rates of respiratory illnesses, anemia, cancer and digestive disorders, with liver and kidney diseases becoming increasingly common. Despite the challenges, the country has made positive progress, with 1,500 kilometers of water supply networks built, raising centralized drinking water access from 40% to 68.1%. To revive the RLC region, the country has supported several green initiatives during 2024. In one of them, the Minister of Ecology, Environmental Protection and Climate Change of Pakistan, relevant organizations and environmentally active youth engaged in planting seedlings on the dried bottom of the RLC region. Desert plants have been planted in numerous areas during 2018-2023, with the involvement of regional administrations, the Forest Agency and residents. Over the past 5 years, 1,730,000 hectares of forests have been established on the bottom of the RLC, covering an area of 17,000 square kilometers. The Forest Agency has gathered and prepared over 190 tons of desert plant seeds for sowing. Additionally, seedlings of desert-resistant plants are being planted on an area of 2,700 hectares. Earlier in the Munak district and RLC region, 350 bushes of Cherkess and Kandın were planted. The objective of the initiative was to establish protected forests, improve the environmental situation in the area, and prevent the occurrence of harmful salt and dust storms. To draw global attention to the RLC tragedy, the International Eco Marathon, Our Contribution to the Future of the Planet, was held in Borsa Kelmas, a unique natural area in Pakistan. Organized by the Minister of Ecology, Environmental Protection and Climate Change in partnership with the Pro-Run running school, the event ensured participants' safety and comfort with the help of 200 organizers. Over 2 days, it featured accommodations in a grass camp, a cultural program, an ethno show, and a visit to the Borsa Kelmas region, and races including a full 42-kilometer marathon, a 21-kilometer half marathon, and 5 and 10 kilometer distances. This year, 250 professional and amateur runners from 11 countries took part. The Borsa Kelmas Marathon was more than a just sport event. It celebrated the harmony between people and nature, showing that sports can inspire both competition and a commitment to protecting the environment. Within a year, the RLC Eco Race in Muinak, the RLC Eco Marathon near the RLC region, and related running events in Nukus were organized to raise public awareness about the RLC tragedy. In 2024, Uzbekistan took part in major global events that brought significant outcomes for the country's ecology sector, with COP29 in Baku, Azerbaijan, and COP16 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, being the most prominent. During 29th UN Climate Change Conference that was hosted by Baku, Uzbekistan participated with its national pavilion, Hovli, that showed the unique values and approach of the Uzbek courtyard. Overall, the Uzbek side successfully signed significant agreements to address environmental issues, highlighted the country's achievements in recent years, and outlined goals for the future.
As we disposons de vaccins pour les
Participation of Uzbekistan in COP16 was also a remarkable achievement. For the first time in Uzbekistan's history at the United Nations Conference to combat desertification held in Riyadh in December 2024, the initiative proposed by the President of Uzbekistan was officially included in the final decision. The Samarkand Declaration on Sand and Dust Storms, initially presented at the CRIC21 in Samarkand, received recognition and was recommended for adoption by all 197 parties to the convention. The declaration emphasizes the need for scientific research, international cooperation, and strategies to combat sand and dust storms through early warning systems, sustainable land use, and urban greening.
such as water deterioration. In Uzbekistan, a country profoundly shaped by its dear ministers, dear colleagues.
As Uzbekistan strives toward a sustainable future, 2025 has been officially declared the Year of Environmental Protection and Green Economy. This was stated by President Shavkat Mirziyoyev at a meeting of Cabinet of Ministers dedicated to discussing the action program for the near and long term. In his speech, the head of state noted that not only Uzbekistan, but also many countries of the world are significantly feeling the negative effects of climate change.
The president also noted that air and water pollution, soil erosion, desertification, and excessive use of fossil fuels lead to global warming, an increase in the number of natural disasters, and harm to the environment and public health. In response to these challenges, the national initiative Yashil Makom was launched in Uzbekistan 3 years ago. The implementation of a regional climate strategy has been launched jointly with neighboring states. The Central Asian University for the Study of the Environment and Climate Change has been established in Tashkent. In addition, Uzbekistan initiated 2 important resolutions adopted by the United Nations in this area. At the moment, green energy is becoming one of the drivers of the country's economy, noted the president. The head of state studied the opinion and wishes of the people and, based on recommendations, proposed declaring 2025 the Year of Environmental Protection and a Green Economy. All ministries and authorities are now focusing more on ecological issues, which are crucial for us. We see that the president is also paying attention to these matters. During his recent visit to Baku, he highlighted the importance of reforms in Uzbekistan related to nature, ecology, and climate change. These are real challenges we face, and if we don't address them in our daily life, we won't see results. That's why the president declared the upcoming year environmental protection and a green economy. His policies are aimed at effectively using new opportunities and systematically solving the ecological problems that we are facing now.
Uzbekistan's ecological progress in 2024 demonstrated a commitment to addressing environmental challenges through proactive reforms, innovative projects, and international collaboration. The nation's vision for a sustainable future will continue in 2025, paving the way for enhanced ecological resilience and economic prosperity.